T3. Now here we will discuss about another example. So here this is in the figure 10.42. The heavier child on the right produces a clockwise movement on the seesaw as her weight makes the seesaw turn in the clockwise direction about the pivot point. The lighter child on the left produces an anti-clockwise movement on the seesaw. So if the lighter child sits 1.5 meter and the heavier child sits 1.2 meter away from the pivot point, calculate the moment of each force about the pivot. Now class, just look at the figure 10.42. Here the heavier child on the right produces a clockwise movement on the seesaw as her weight makes the seesaw turn in the clockwise direction about a fixed pivot point. Now class, come towards the left side. Here the lighter child on the left side produce an anti-clockwise movement. Here this is the anti-clockwise movement. So class, the lighter child on the left produces an anti-clockwise movement on the seesaw. Now class, according to the scenario, if the lighter child sits 1.5 meter and the heaviest child sits 1.2 meter away from the pivot points, now in that condition we will calculate the moment of each force about the pivot point. Now class, the weight of the heavier child is 250 Newton and the weight of the lighter child is 200 Newtons. And here the distance between the pivot point and the heavier child is 1.2 meter and the distance between the lighter child and the pivot point is 1.5 meter. So class, first of all we will calculate the clockwise movement. So class, as you know that the formula of the moment is moment of the force is directly proportional or equal to the force multiply distance. Now class, here the value of the force in the clockwise movement is 250 Newton, that represents the weight of a heavy child, and here we will put the value of the distance, that is 1.2 meter. So class, here the answer comes 300 Newton meter. Now class, we can calculate the anti-clockwise movement. So class, in anti-clockwise movement the formula of the moment of the force remains same. The formula of the moment of the force equal to force multiply distance. So class, here the force represents the weight of the lighter child, that is 200 Newton. So here we will put the value of the weight of the lighter child, and the distance between the lighter child and the pivot point is 1.5 meter. So here we will put the value of the distance, and here the answer comes 300 Newton meter.